Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tea Time. Not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. To my left here, I have Amber. We just had a fantastic podcast. And to my right, I have Delroy over here. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
What are we drinking?
Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer, half and half.
Yeah, it's the best.
Nice and simple. I'm over here drinking the black and white Arizona Iced Tea. If you haven't tried it, I tell everyone, try this one. It's refreshing. Delroy, what are you having today?
I got a strawberry half and half.
Strawberry, half and half. Now, maybe we get a cheers.
Cheers everywhere. Cheers,
Thank you for being
clink.
here.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, that's so good.
I have to try that one.
Yeah, definitely try that one. It's a fantastic flavor. So yeah, welcome to Tea Time. Tea Time is just conversation where we just, shoot the shit, just have fun, and basically talk about things that are going on in the world. Right. So, one of the things that I thought that, would be pretty available for you and I to talk about would be like Mother Nature, because, we just got done talking about how Mother Nature's influence in you and your art. And me, I'm a big advocate for Mother Nature as well, because we got one world, bro. We got one planet, that we really that we really need to really take care of, but some people are saying it's too late. And I'm like, I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think that's necessarily true, because right now we are in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
And the weather has been chaotic.
Yeah. That negative degrees is just
a
little too hard, honestly.
The negative degrees and then the seasonable 60s. That doesn't make any sense. Right in the crack of winter. Like, okay. Yeah, that's a little weird.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. And a lot of people they're like, oh, they're enjoying it. And, I think everyone needs to take a step back and realize that this shit ain't normal.
It's really
it's far from it. It is far from normal. And, it's like, I see a lot of people being happy about it. And I'm like, yo, slow down. Like, you need to understand, like, snow is a big reason as to where we get water, when the water levels rise and so on and so forth. I just saw not too long ago that a giant iceberg, a glacier lost a piece of ice. Now it's an iceberg, like a ginormous piece of ice, and this is things that a lot of people are just misunderstanding. It's a bigger picture. What do you think about that, Delroy?
Honestly, I don't know. I just feel like this is just bad signs. Like the world is turning into something, and I don't know if it's going to go good, if it's going to go bad. But I feel like at the end of the day, like either we'll gain or we'll lose something.
We'll either gain or lose something. I got you. Like lose something within the planet. Yeah. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of posts on the street, like love it or lose it. Is what they say. Love it
definitely.
Or lose it.
They've been doing that a lot with the bees too, because the bees are very important.
Bees are important. I've never been stung by a bee. Have you?
I have been stung by a bee.
Have you?
Yeah, actually, like last summer, I was stung by a bee. It like was in my hair, and I was trying to get out of my hair, and it just was like, oh, so you want to fight? And then that's what happened. And then it stung me in my back, so that was nice.
Have you ever been stung, Delroy?
Yeah, my thigh.
Yeah?
It was not comfortable at all for a week.
So 1 and 1, you guys only been stung once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least it wasn't a wasp, because
they continue going.
Yeah, they don't stop.
I have been fortunate enough to have never been stung by a bee.
That's good.
And you want to know why? It's a very simple theory. Okay, it's a very simple theory. Okay, because I have like beerophobia. Okay, like beephobia. Okay, like I do not like bees at all. Okay. Not one bit. Like I say it time and time again. The reason why I haven't been stung, you guys should all try it. If you haven't been stung, you're looking to keep your record alive. All you have to do is just run in the opposite direction.
Not for real.
That's all you have to do. And I maintained myself for 25 years now. Haven't been stung. Let me find some wood.
Yeah.
Knock on that right there real quick. But no, that's really my theory, my thought process. I tell everyone, like, yo, I don't care what's going on. I could be in a conversation with the president of the United States, one of the most important people in the world. If I see a bee flying over their shoulder, I'm running the opposite direction. And I'll explain after the fact as to why I ran. Yeah. Because I don't think it's chaotic to run away from a bee. I think that's completely normal.
Yeah, because it's just the idea of getting stung. Like, that's just. But I had a beehive connected to my house, and also a wasp nest. So it was like there was no escaping it. It was just gonna happen at one point.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I had a friend who lived in family member who lived in upstate New York, and I've seen them like they had a shotgun. It was like one of those places where you just have like a lot of land and stuff. Had a shotgun, and he shot down a wasp nest. Yeah, it was crazy. It was the most chaotic thing I've ever seen. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm just like miles away. But no, it was effective. It worked.
That's not
Dang, like
well, overkill, but you know.
you've been using Raid.
Gets the job done though. Honestly.
Using Raid all your life, and you could have just been using a shotgun.
Nah, animals are pretty interesting, you know, and such as nature. We were just talking about Groundhog's Day before we got on the air here.
Oh my god.
And I just want to take what's your take on Groundhog's Day? Like, leave it in the comments below. What's your take on Groundhog's Day? Is it necessary, or should we have dropped it a long time ago? Amber, what are your thoughts?
I think it should have just been dropped. I think it should have never been created, because I don't know how anyone even came up with that idea. I feel like it started as a joke, and then people started really believing it.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, you know what? This groundhog really makes sense. He's got something smart up there." No.
And it's at the discretion of a shadow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a shadow on whether or not this animal sees a shadow.
And on the specific day. So what if you decided to just change the day one time, and then decided to take away daylight savings, and then he does see or does not see a shadow? Then like how would you map it at that point? How are you gonna figure it out?
Well, daylight savings is an interesting topic.
Yeah.
You know, what are your thoughts on daylight savings? There's been controversy on whether or not we should even have it still.
Honestly, I feel like we shouldn't even have it, because it's like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense, because it's like we're still going throughout the year. It doesn't make sense to just rewind back time just a little bit, because then when you wake up and your watch or your stove or the time doesn't like change, you're either early for work or you're late for work.
Okay.
Because that happened to me like last year, and I was really late, and I was like, because I had a shift at like 6 a.m, and I thought it was like 4, not 4. I thought it was like 7. And I was like, and I was speeding on 80, and I was like, oh, I'm not late. I was there so early. It was like 5 a.m.
Ooh,
Oh
that
God,
sucks.
I was like, why am I here?
That is terrible.
What are your thoughts? Do you think daylight savings should still be a thing, or do you think that they'll end up doing away with it?
I think that it should honestly be done away with. I think that it served its purpose at the time for like the farmers and stuff, to give them a little bit more sunlight. But now, farmers aren't really doing the same. They don't have the same process that they did back then. So it's like unnecessary, and it's just messing with people's sleep and their mind. So it's just like just don't have it anymore.
That's an interesting take on it. And that's the take that I was going to go with as far as the farmers and stuff. And I say we keep it. I'm going to, the theory, I'm going to be opposite of you two. I say we keep it. Simply because of the fact that it is meant for farmers and agriculture. And, a lot of people get upset about it, but like, seriously, like, understand it's just an hour or two, like whether or not you lose it or gain it, it is what it is. But I do think daylight savings is an important thing, and I don't think that they should get rid of it. I do think that they should get rid of Groundhog's Day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't think Phil is best. These meteorologists who have all this technology can't even figure out the weather. So you mean to tell me that this groundhog is gonna figure out the next 6 weeks?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just crazy. and what I love is like the tradition of it, like they put on the pilgrimage outfits, and they hold it up like it's a Super Bowl trophy. Just Phil.
Oh my God, yeah. Like Simba in the Lion King.
Seriously, yeah. They got like an elixir thing for him, as if the original Phil never passed away. He's still alive. It's just crazy.
It's like Air Bud. Like Air Bud never died. He just kept making Air Bud movies.
Air Bud was great. That was my guy.
It was good. No, but I mean, yeah, Groundhog's Day, that can go. But I do understand your take on the daylight savings, definitely.
Groundhog's Day, he did see his shadow, apparently. So we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter.
It's a lie.
Don't know how that works, but he saw a shadow. But I do understand, I wonder, like, you hear people say, like, if they see deer, right? If they see deer and they see that it's a darker felt, right? They say that we are in store for a harsher winter. So I understand why they might use an animal to try to help you decide, because animals are said to see different things that we can't. Dogs and cats, they can see a spirit, so to speak.
Yeah, they sense things a lot more than we do.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Why do you think that is? Why don't we have those abilities?
I feel like because they were here first before humans, I believe. I don't know.
Talk more on the mic though. Like,
oh my bad.
You're
I
good.
feel like it's because animals were here first before humans in my intake. I mean, you know, they were here from a long time ago before we even came and like before we evolved, because we, you know, came from apes or like however it came.
Mhm.
And that's just how it all started. I mean, that's just my intake on it. I don't know.
I respect that. Why do you feel like we don't have the ability to harness the powers of knowing what the weather is?
The weather. I honestly feel like we do. I just feel like we're just not really tapped into that. I feel like I know a lot of people are like, everybody's like, getting into the spirituality and getting connected to that, but there's still a lot of people that like your mind is blocked, your spirit is blocked, everything. So like with animals, it's just like they wake up, they do their thing, they go to sleep. And it's just like, they don't have worries. They don't concern. They're not concerned about death or life. They just do. And,
They do just do.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and like, I feel like with us, like we can't get to that point because we're so disconnected from that.
Yeah, no, we are disciplined in our ways, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he was talking about, there's 24 hours in a day. And he's like, instead of overwhelming yourself with, okay, I got to get this, that, and this done in those 24 hours, why don't you break the day up into sections? And I was like, what do you mean by that? He was like, so there's he said, take 4 sections of the day, right? You have the early morning, then you have the morning, then you have the afternoon, then you have, you said you have morning, afternoon, evening, night.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. And I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, instead of it looking at 3 parts of a day, where you have your 8 hours of the day and then you have 8 hours of leisure and then you need 8 hours of sleep. That's why people say you don't need 8 hours of sleep, because the human brain can function off of 5 to 6 hours of sleep. That's why it's crazy to think that, okay, you know what? You could process things and take things step by step, rather than trying to cram it all in one day, do it up by sections. That's like getting up and doing. And it's like, a lot of people don't view the world like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't until that conversation this week that I didn't view a day like that. I was viewing it as a 3-part series. I was viewing it as wake up, go to work. That's my first 8 hours.
Yeah.
Another 8 hours to go to the gym, do some podcast stuff, and that's it. And then the other 8 hours, I'm in sleep.
It's like cramming.
Exactly.
You're just cramming everything, yeah.
But now if you analyze it in 4 separate sections, you could really get a lot more done. And then he even said, like, maybe you start something in the morning and then you just keep doing that in the morning for the next 4 days, and then eventually you'll be at that end goal.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought that was a really cool way of looking at things.
Builds discipline too.
Yeah.
That guy's he's a freak. He's always on go.
Oh man.
He's on go like 25/8. I respect his hustle. I respect his game, bro.
God.
He really is great. He really is great. You guys were there for the Self Privilege Essential, my stand-up comedy event.
Yes. Yeah.
I was talking to Delroy. I was like, yeah, man, I made a fool of myself. He's like, no. What were your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I thought it was pretty funny because like with the way what was it? The way that you explained your story on like when you like peed.
Yeah.
And I was just
Oh my
like,
God, yeah.
I feel like everyone always has that kind of story. Like if someone's like shat themselves or like whatever, and I was like, oh, I never heard that, but that's a different one.
That's called not a highlight of my career. That's what we call it, not a highlight of my career.
But it was good though. Like as Amber was saying earlier too as well. Like you really present yourself as like in a really good way. Like you have that newscaster voice in a way, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like he probably does this a lot. Like
Nah, for real. Just a welcoming vibe.
yeah, the vibes right now is too like it's really good.
Thank you. I'm happy you guys are here. I'm happy. I like to welcome people into my home as long as you're not a weirdo. Like
Yeah, no, seriously.
there are some people that is like, yo, hold up now, chill out. But thank you for that feedback. I really did enjoy myself. And as a matter of fact, I think I'll share this with you guys. There's a reason I'm wearing a hat right now, and it's not because like my hair's messed up. Okay.
Right.
Well, I need a haircut, but I'll show you something real quick. I like got this little scar on my head, like Harry Potter. You see that?
What happened?
Oh man.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah, it's
really
not
bad.
bad,
I
but
thought it
it's
was
like-
just like, outfit choice. Like oh yeah, I can see you matching,
Like Harry Potter. So I don't know what happened. Okay, let me tell you this. Okay, it was Wednesday or Thursday, and I had a few drinks just because I was like, screw it, why not? I can have a few drinks. I had a few drinks. My bartender downstairs, he knows how to get me a little bit fired up, but I wasn't drunk, bro. I remember the night. I I had to go to work the day after. I wasn't getting bodied.
Right.
Yeah.
But the next morning, I'm waking up and I'm grabbing all my stuff. I'm like, where's my wallet? I was like, fuck, I don't know where my wallet is.
It'd be those type of things.
So I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. It's got to be in here somewhere. I got to go to work. So I'm just going to say, fuck it. I'm going to leave it on my wallet. So then I walk outside my door and I see my wallet just sitting in a hallway right over there.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was like, all right, well, I lost my wallet. Well, then my one friend speculated, because I didn't fall asleep with this. I didn't hit my head on nothing. He's like, bro, you might have sleptwalked. And I'm like,
oh, shoot.
I'm like, nah, no way.
It happens.
It happens, but it happens too much. It's scary.
I mean, at least you're not like walking outside, like, jumping in your car or anything like that.
Facts.
Yeah.
For some reason, a lot of times people sleepwalk, like they still stay in their house or in a general area. So luckily you didn't do anything like that, but that's kind of crazy.
So you sleptwalk.
That's
That.
that's what you could speculate.
I'm just wondering if you dropped your wallet or if you just was like, this is a nice place. This is a real nice place for it to go, so I'm just going to set it there.
Well, those sweatpants were really baggy, so it's possible it could have just fell out the pocket.
Yeah.
But I'm still wondering how I got this cut in the forehead and the forehead space, because I'm like, I didn't hit my head on nothing. Like, I went upstairs and I went to bed.
Yeah.
So it's a mystery. It really is. And that's why I won't set up a camera in my home, because I can't see that. I don't want to see that. I can't see it. I've walked outside before.
Really?
Walking, excuse me.
You good?
Yeah, a few times.
Oh, for real?
I've woken up outside. Yeah, that was a crazy time. Yeah. I've woken up outside. No keys, no phone, no wallet. Yeah.
Just wondering what you was doing.
I was actually we were having a bonfire the night before, and I woke up in the same chair that I was at the bonfire, but they told me I went to sleep inside. So I went to sleep inside, and somehow, some way, I made my way outside, and I shut the door behind me. When I did that, I locked the door.
Oh, okay.
So I had no phone, no keys, no wallet. And it was like 5 a.m. and it's like the crack of dawn and like summer, and I'm like, we're outside.
No, you're outside.
And there's daylight coming. All right, well, let me try to get back inside. I couldn't get back inside. I'm like, fuck. So I was still blacking in and out at this moment. I did get bodied that night, and I was staying at my buddy's house, so I wasn't worried about anything. And then I walked to my car, and my car has the code to the door. So I was able to put the code to the door, and I opened up the back door, and I got in the back seat, and I fell asleep. Right? Fell asleep, woke up at 7 a.m. with 2 Charlie horses in my thighs.
Oh, my God.
Yo, it was awful. It was the worst, right? So then at this point, I still think I'm blacking in and out of sleep, because at one point, the chair wasn't in front of the window, and then the next point, the chair was in front of the window. You see what I'm saying here? Mm-hmm. So then I opened up the window, and I crawled through the window, and I went back on the couch and acted like nothing happened. The next day, we're all hanging out, and I'm like, hey, so I woke up outside. They're like, really? You fell asleep inside? I was like,
that's interesting.
That's not where I woke up.
How many times do you think that you've, sleptwalked, though? Like,
I want to say maybe 20 times.
Bruh.
That's a decent amount,
though. That's kind of a lot.
I don't really keep count, but I could say I definitely probably hit double digits by now.
Dang.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you remember the first time you sleptwalked?
No. I remember the first time someone reported it to me, though. Well, is that what you're asking? Because, when you sleepwalk, you don't remember shit.
Yeah.
The first time. The first time was at my cameraman's house. Our families were really, really close. And I was young yet. I was still like 19 or 20. Mm-hmm. And, family party, we were having a few drinks. And that's the first time I ever played that game, Kings. You ever hear Kings? No. Oh, it's an awful game. I suck at it. It's such a hard game. It's a drinking game. Okay. But I got pretty intoxicated, just drinking beer. Mm-hmm. Fell asleep on a futon downstairs. Woke up upstairs on a reclining couch. And I texted my buddy Charlie. I had to go to work the next day. I said, what happened last night? I was like, why did I end up upstairs? And he was like, bro, you don't remember? I was like, remember what? He's like, dude, you got up. You walked upstairs. There's like 4 steps. I walked to the front door. I opened up the front door. I walked down 3 steps. I opened up the trash can, looked in it, shut the trash can, went back inside, shut the door behind me, went up 4 other steps, went in the living room, sat down on the couch, and he was just sitting there. He's like, yo, you good? And I was like, And that's what it was. That was the first time that I sleptwalked. And that was, like I said, I was still 19, 20. I was still pretty young. So 6-7 years ago now
Oh my God. It's
was when my adventure started.
yeah, it started so gradually, and then you're like outside. You're outside somewhere. Your wallet's just hanging around, chilling in the hallway.
I know.
That's kind of crazy.
It's scary, but I tend to not do anything too fucking crazy. So
Yeah.
I'll be okay. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully. But with that being said, guys, I think we're going to start wrapping up tea time here.
All right.
Thank you for joining me for tea time. Not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. Maybe get one more final cheers before we sign out. Thank you for being here.